Assalamualaikum everyone. I hope you are doing well. I am your host Rubania E-commerceWali and welcome to another inspiring episode of Talk with Rubania. Today I'm really excited to introduce our special guest Nathan Raymond, a 46 years old entrepreneur originally from New York and now living in Japan. Nathan is the founder of Japan Exchange, where he is working to promote speed meetings and meaningful connections that help people launch their personal brands, explore AI automation, and prepare for the future of work. And his vision connect technology, remote work, digital nomadism, and what he described as the evolution of humanity through student-supported exchanges. So he's also
Mhm.
exploring the future of UX user experience agent and how AI can transform the way people work, collaboration, and build their career. Nathan journey bring together entrepreneurship, international exchange, education, and personal branding and artificial intelligence.
Mhm.
So today
Yes.
we are going to learn more about his journey, its for the future, and how students are, and young people can prepare themselves for a rapidly changing world. So thank you so much for joining us and welcome to Soul Talk with Rabania. And it's a pleasure to have you with us today. Hi, how are you?
I am amazing. Thank you, Rubania. How are you?
I am good. Welcome. So, Nathan, my
Amazing.
first question is that could you start by telling us a little about yourself and your journey from New York to Japan?
Yes. So I am from New York and 2 hours from New York City, countryside. So, yes, city and countryside area, but also my city had connection to Japan and travelers from Japan, they came to our city. They asked our city, are there volunteers for these students to stay at your house? So we were one of the families that volunteered. And through this way, when they went back to Japan, I said, "Hey, now can I come stay with you?" And they said, "Okay." So this is something that we could do with each other, exchange. And now, yeah, I made a company that is going to invite people to meet each other on the speed meeting events. And then when we meet each other, we can organize the details. So I know anyone looking for podcasting, interview people, or remote work, this is something that, yeah, we could do.
Oh, that's amazing. So nice. I really
Mm,
inspiring your journey. Little yourself and from New York to Japan. And thank you so
mm.
much. And my next question is that what inspired you to move to Japan and how has living there changed your perspective on life and work?
Right. So the first time I went to Japan, actually, it was not very easy. It was difficult. It made problems, and actually, I caused problems. So the point is, it's like the opposite world. So that's what I think when we're young, it's important we're traveling as the big education and learning different languages. So something that really impressed me about you is you're speaking English to me now, and when I'm speak teaching Japanese people English, they don't speak English as well as you do. So I really want to introduce you to Japanese people too. So I'm so happy to speak with you. Yeah.
Okay, that's so amazing and wonderful.
Mm.
Next question is that what is Japan Exchange and what inspired you to create it?
Right. So Japanese people spend a lot of money to learn English. And for most things, Japanese people don't like to spend a lot of money. But so for me as an English teacher, for me to open up a school and to get students who are paying me money, it's so easy. But part of me doesn't like that the way that people are learning is this standard model that they know is safe. And I want to teach the different model that's not from a book, but is introducing people. So it's just taking me a long time to become the type of teacher. I'm talking about be number one, right? Not just do what everybody does to keep a broken system going because everybody's so scared. And I understand why people are scared because if you try a new business model, you risk losing all this money. But the lucky thing for me is I have no money and I never started the business to make money, making money. So that's why everybody now who has no money is a very good thing. When you start making money, it's tough, it's difficult, a lot of pressure, right? So that's why we need each other because right now, the way that we're speaking, is the realness that we have to stick with. That if we just stick with this, all the money will come. Don't worry about the money. Worry about helping the person that we're communicating with. Yeah.
Oh, that's so amazing. I really
Yeah.
inspired.
Yeah.
And also, Japan is my favorite country. I also like her Japan. And my next question is that we focus on speed, meeting, and networking. So, how can short conversation create meaningful and professional conversation? Yeah, any opportunities?
Yes. Okay, so picture this. In 1 hour, we have 20 English speakers. Let's say it's 20 like you and other Rihan students, right? Okay. Now, then I introduce 20 Japanese. But the okay, it's good. We're on Zoom because I also have Zoom. Zoom has the breakthrough rooms so it's possible you speak one on one to one person for 3 minutes, then change. 3 minutes, change. 3 minutes, change. So in 1 hour, you spoke to 20 Japanese people, each person 3 minutes. If we do this, it is the best English education they ever received. And nobody has done this, but we could do this. And if we do this one time, it will start this big reaction like dominoes. Like, yeah.
Oh, that's so amazing. Wonderful. And like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I imagine this are tip for doing like a meeting. Thank you so much for amazing answer. And my next question is that why do you believe personal branding is becoming so important in today's world?
Because personal branding and AI automation go hand in hand. So when I have personal branding, it's about my personal story. And my personal story, if I tell you, it then make it easy to introduce to speed meeting. Then you join speed meeting, but everybody knows my story. So it's the common theme that with that, you can be active with other people you're just meeting for the first time. So that's the point, that I am like a whirling storm vortex and I'm sucking in like magnet, like people, companies, money. But when we come together, we're organized source of speed meeting. So 1 hour, you meet these people. Then, after you meet them, you make one suggestion like, oh, I'm going to introduce them to this person. And that's what we do. When we do that, we become the rival for AI. Now, I like AI, but there's some ways AI can work, and there's some ways the person can work. If the AI is too strong, the person is weak. But how can we have a balanced relationship, not just with AI, but with each other? We're the master of relationship. So, what happens is our wired for stories. We want to hear stories as a human, but then I think, what is the next steps? We help make the next pattern in the AI. Yeah.
Okay, that's amazing. And so
Yeah, definitely.
wonderful. And my next question is that what advice would you give to students who want to start building their personal brand while they are still young?
Yeah, so definitely join my personal brand, because when you start everything alone by yourself, it takes a long time. But when I started, it was back in 1990. So now that I've got this behind me, it's like a story, like a movie, like your favorite movie or story. I present this story, and when you jump into the story now, you come in at the best part when all the hard work is over. And all we want you to do is be the ambassador of your location. So, for example, if you're from Pakistan, my my template does the search of around you 12 businesses that if I travel, I'm going to visit these business. So it means that you don't have to worry that all the weight is on you. There's many people in your location. We want to talk with everyone and make YouTube video. And this creates the travel vlog. So we make automated schedule of your travel. So personalized travel experience. And, I offer this for you to give to people, but then you receive this in Japan and New York. I'm offering Japan and New York for you to be connecting first online in our digital world. And when I introduce you as virtual assistants. So, and then why do you need virtual assistant? I explain that your personal brand is the company, and you giving user experience is what we do. Yeah, and this is how we do it. Yeah. I mean, I would say
That
more, but I
so
talked too
so
long.
amazing and
Yeah.
so wonderful advice. And my next question is that what skill should students start learning today to prepare for the AI-powered workplace of tomorrow?
Okay. So I chose Japan because it's the land of companies, Mitsubishi, Honda, Toyota, many companies. Okay. But Also, Japan is the land of video games, right? Nintendo, right? So when we are thinking of our job, sometimes, Japanese, when they're young, they like video games, but when they go do their job, they expect, oh, no more video games. Now we must do a serious job like a bank or something. But no, we want to keep our game mind, so that's what we're doing. And so I invite you guys to bring your personal brand in my video game where you will interact with companies, but we transform companies by matching people and companies. And when we do that, the people, they visit the companies, make YouTube video. And when people see your YouTube video, they're following your path to do what you did. So you're selling our travel. So anyway, study abroad travel is what we need to do. And we will be student supported study abroad travel if you work with us. So please do this. I say this. Yeah.
Sure, why not? And my next question is that remote work has changed the way people think about careers. So, what do you think the future of remote work will look like?
So Um, right now, people talk about these data centers, right? Data centers, because they talk about AI, right? But see, what we're even in a realm of there's going to be a better computing system. It's like quantum computing. But no matter how much money you spend, you can't some things money can't buy. Okay, so what we're connecting to is we're giving the thing that money can't buy, and what that is trust. So I'm talking to you and you're talking to me because we have a trust. And so we don't let people in that we don't trust. So and that's all, is that right now with our group of people, we can keep each other safe. And that safety is really what people want. So we don't need money. Okay, what I need from you is doesn't cost money, but we're competing against AI and chatbots. So people learning English, instead of learning English with AI and chatbot, if you come to our speed meeting and learn English, after the speed meeting, the humans, we create this suggestions for the next steps. And this launches your personal brand so we can travel to each other's countries as study abroad, but we'll also be making video, and then we'll be selling our YouTube videos like e-commerce influencer brands. Yeah.
Okay, that's so amazing. A wonderful, nice answer. Thank you so much. And my next question is that London, what is the vision for the future of AI, like human connection, education, and work over the next 10 years?
So, what I've been doing to create my school community, and I do have a school community, all of you can join it. And I've been doing it by Claude. So my Claude is my chatbot. I've been uploading templates, writing answers. So your answer to your question is the future of AI is everyone has their own AI assistant. Now, if you have an AI assistant and I have an AI assistant, they can talk to each other. And based on their conversations, we can then get a list of choices to our phone. Do you want to do this? Do you want to do this? So we don't have, it's difficult to speak with people sometimes. Everybody want to be choosing their own speed, their own time. So we are agents of personalization gamification, optimization. So just like us, people like us come together using AI, make our own chatbots. We're becoming an intelligence agency. And our countries like America, we think of intelligence agencies like, oh, the FBI or something like this, you know? But this is how our world is. Like, we have those intelligence agencies, they have news, and they just have a loop of information they're sharing with us as the people who are controlled. No, no more control. We create our own loop of information, our videos, our agency, and we'll be a growing population of smart young people. Nobody can deny our power. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay, that's so amazing, wonderful. Thank you. And my next question is
Yes.
that what is one lesson Japan has taught you that has changed the way you think about life or work?
Yes. Yes. So in America, my thinking is very, we say right brained, like an actor or a performer. So in America, yeah, we're loud. We give speeches, we give communication as like an individual trying to be our best. But in Japan, it's like a group, right? It's like people are not trying to stick out as an individual. They're trying to ask each other questions and check and coordinate. And it's like, if you want to go somewhere fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go in a group. So, even in nature, we have the elephant and we have the mouse. So the Japanese companies are like big elephants and big institutions. They move really slow. So if you live and these, but when we come together as freelancers and digital nomads and we create our agency, we can move fast like mice. So that's why now we have to show our power in society that our event can organize travel and everybody will enjoy it. And if we stick with that, we will lead the economy. It will be based on our interactions and travel as people. But right now, we're lost. And all we're doing is sitting back and watching people who are rich get richer. And we think, oh, there's something wrong with this. No, there's not something wrong with this. We just don't have a game. We need a business. So this only starts with me and you because you're connected to so many people who could easily be on a speed meeting event. And I don't want to introduce America to Japan right now because it's a big culture gap. I think Japan and Pakistan is a good match. And so I have an international exchange association in my Japan town. And when I go there, all the people in Japan who are interested in international relations, they're there. And if we have you waiting, they want to meet you. And let's do this. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you
Thank
for the
you.
amazing answer. And my next question is that I'm building my personal brand as Rubania Automation Valley, and I'm interested in AI
Yes.
automation. So, what advice would you give to me on using AI automation to grow my personal brand and create
Right.
opportunities with international
So
clients?
yes, your personal brand, of course, there's the perfect thing that you want to do, but you got to start somewhere. So I'm just saying, if you start with me and what I'm offering, you're gonna do this for your AI automation. You join a speed meeting event, and automatically your AI automation starts because every 3 minutes you're meeting a new person, meeting a new person, meeting a new person. Okay, so that's automated. But then after you meet these people, you're following up with them about some plan. So eventually, your calendar, you're going to give a link to your calendar. People are choosing the available times in your calendar. So that's what I mean about AI automation is that you can live your best life by your calendar, and your calendar is getting a lot of, filling it up. But it doesn't have to be like filled up 3 months in advance. We can live our life by speed meeting, meet 20 people, use that opportunity to create the information to automate, and then we follow that cycle.
Okay, thank you so much for giving me amazing advice. Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
and thank you so much for guiding
Yeah.
me. And I really appreciate it. Would you be
Me too.
to support and help me as I continue my
Of
journey
course.
as a automation?
Yeah. And I think that, there's so much information, but I'm used to long conversations with people. So to save everyone time, the big focus is going to be for us to do the speed meeting event. And I'm now in New York visiting, but in September, I go back to Japan. So while I'm here in New York, I'm also going to be the member of the Chamber of Commerce. And then when I go back to Japan, I'm the member of the Chamber of Commerce there. So these Chamber of Commerces, there's points of trust. So yeah, we go beyond the trust that's from a school and a teacher, right? So yes, we do want to meet people, but also know that we don't want to meet everyone because our our method of attraction is becoming a magnet. And it's different than the method of force you push people like a bully, right? So that's what we're dealing with in the world. America too, if America is so strong. But the people inside America don't want to see a big, strong government pushing people around. And that's why during the pandemic, they tried to control people. Like anytime you gathered, they say no. So that's all. We just want to be free. So, and I know that when it comes to Japan, there's people studying English, and I've been a teacher. And if people come to me and say, hey, I want to learn English, but I don't want to be the one getting their money and teaching them from a book. I want to be the one that's attracting them to a lot of people, and they can meet the people they want to meet and they like. And there's a sense in you. So, your interest, your skills, and your dream. What do you like to do? What can you do? And what do you want to do? And it's like, well, maybe I don't know. Well, that's why I think by default, we're global learners, right? So I'm not decided like I'm this, I'm that. I'm just from New York, but I'm in Japan, and now I want others to come to Japan, but we want to go to Pakistan. So it's like for now we're learning English because that's what we're situation we're in. But this speed meeting event, if I'm studying Urdu and I want to go to speed meeting, any language is going to work. Japanese can work. But just right now, if we just have the event, then that's what people are missing. But I've experienced this because during the corona pandemic in Japan, they did have online English cafe and people just volunteered. So I'll say this, if I say remote work opportunity, many people will join. but they have many questions. And their questions are, how much you going to pay me? How much you going to pay me? And it's like, okay, but you're not doing this first speed meeting event for money, because you're more like setting your information for AI, right? You have to do it as a human first. And then after you do the activity, then the pattern of what you did is what AI is going to check. But when we are with a person, like when I'm talking with you, I can tell, like, does the person understand, or is the person happy, or is the person sad, or is the person right? So this is the thing, as people, we feel it. It's our heart. Our heart can feel this. So it is an intelligence that when an AI like your calendar is connected to, right? So we are using our empathy. So that's why I say, join as an English conversation partner for a speed meeting event. So some people will say, okay, I will do that, and some people say, I don't want to do that. But those people who naturally will do that, we want those type of people. And a lot of those people, like I will say, girls like to do those things. And my experience when I was in Japan, I tried to speak Japanese with people, and a lot of boys, they wouldn't speak with me as much because they were shyer or they already had other friends. So girls have helped me speak Japanese, and and now many females are creating entrepreneurship. We want to launch a female fund, basically. We want a fund for women entrepreneurs. That's for women entrepreneurs to start your business. All you got to do, it doesn't cost you any money. You can do it just by being a person. So like if you go into a library and there's a book you could take, but instead of a book, you could be a person. So be that type of person that a person can interact with a real person. So if I prepare you for this and you speak with them, it's like helping somebody who never exercised their body before, helping them exercise their muscles, trying it with a real person. So, so that's, we make people feel safe like this. Okay. So I would say, instead of being an English teacher, I'm calling myself an English coach, and a performance coach. So more specifically, we're coaching people to use our AI automated sequence of speed meeting and then 12 categories of conversation. And after that, you've launched your AI assistant, but it's also an AI bot that's in the world, and it's broadcasting what you want to say to people, and connecting them to you. So again, if you wanted to start your own business now, many people will be like, okay, some people are going to be like, okay, I'll charge you money to be a coach, and they're going to tell you advice like, you're going to need a lot of followers, and I'll charge you money for advertising. But we don't need to do any of this, because we're not trying to get a lot of people. We're only trying to get like one person, right? Or, so that's the thing that we do. We're on a frequency that's very specific, that not everybody is going to understand, but the people that do understand. So that's why I say remote work. It's remote work for people who don't yet have remote work. And a digital nomad experience I offer, where after you do the experience, you know how to be a digital nomad. So you don't have to be in advance. But what we do first is just be English conversation partner, just be yourself, just represent your country. And the more questions people have, your food, your music, what you do in a day and things like this. And it starts this way. And the more people have questions. So as a person, as a Japanese person is learning about you, is similar to how an AI is learning about you. It's like, so yeah, we cultivate these new personalities. And so that's something that new languages do, right? Like when I'm speaking Japanese, I think differently than when I'm speaking English. And it's like the part of me that speaks English and the part of me, the people that know me who speak English and the people that know me who speak Japanese, it's like knowing two different people. It's like, but this because I'm talking to somebody who English is not your first language, but you've done this. And it's like, you're not, and many people in Pakistan are speaking English. Why are you speaking English? How do you do this? And it might sound like, oh, that's normal. Everybody speaks English. But then why don't Japanese people speak English? And what are they missing? But if they meet you, they're not missing. They're connected to a person who gets it. Like, whatever, we can speak a lot of languages. It doesn't have to just be the one we're born into. And like, and we're hungry to learn about each other because this is a big world. But when we're global ambassadors, we want to be in every country, but we got to start somewhere. So Japan is a good starting point. But once we get this Japan, America, Pakistan, Philippines, India, it's like, that's what Africa, then it grows. So it's like you learn about growing, just like a plant grows. If you grow a vegetable, it's like one root, two roots, three roots. Like we grow this way. So we are an evolution, I do think, of like, Web3 and like how we're creating these decentralized systems, getting away from the central control. This British banking system that charges money for banking, but these AI banks, that's what I have, Web3 Bank. It's not run by humans that charge a fee. It distributes the money amongst the collective. And so that's what we're doing. We're sidestepping a banking system that controls people, and we create a